What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Aeron Nix. Welcome back to the Wrestle podcast. Time for a quick Smackdown review. Sorry you're not getting as much content as regularly. I am seriously ill, unfortunately. I keep getting ill. I have no idea what's going on. Probably just a seasonal thing, but never fear. I'm still up and running for now. So, WWE Smackdown. That opens with Gunther, my wrestler of the year, defending the IC title against Braun Strowman, who is definitely not Carl Wilkinson's Wrestler of the Year. So I was sitting here thinking, if he can get a good match out of Braun Strowman, then Gunther has to be arguably the best wrestler in the world right now. And did he get a good match out of Braun Strowman? Kind of. This match was fine. Nothing spectacular. Braun Strowman is extremely limited. The good news is Gunther retains the IC title. That's all that really matters. And it also kind of proves the point of, hey, I've just dispatched the biggest, strongest guy on the roster, essentially, because even though Omos is actually bigger, Braun Strowman beat him. So in kayfabe, at least, he's the hard nut. He's the big man. So yeah, I thought it was fine. It was one of those matches where I just wanted it to be just that extra little bit special because I'm used to that with Gunther, but Braun Strowman just can't reach that level. Braun Strowman's limited, but to his credit, he looked okay here. Braun Strowman's in good shape. He can work. He's just not a fantastic worker, but hey, he beats the shit out of Omos any day, and to be honest, Gunther got probably the best he could get out of Braun Strowman. Shame that the finish was botched as well, because Braun Strowman just isn't used to bumping full stop, never mind taking a powerbomb. Disappointing. But overall, I'd say the match was fine. Probably give it 2.5, 3 stars max, which for Gunther is alarming because I'm used to giving him 4.5 minimum. There seems to be a running theme with WWE shows. Start with an incredible match, finish with an incredible match, then put a load of shit in the middle. Rey Mysterio comes out and declares that he's going to be in a Royal Rumble. I hate this. I love Royal Rumble, right? Royal Rumble season, best part of all wrestling. Like, for most people, I'd say. Interesting poll. Let us know in the comments below. What's your favourite pay-per-view and what's your favourite time of the year for wrestling? For me, it's always Royal Rumble season. But the one thing I fucking despise is wrestlers going, I'm going to be in a Royal Rumble. Have a surprise left in your life. I know you have to sell the pay-per-view and you need to get plenty of buys up front and things like that, but the one thing that really sets Royal Rumble apart from everything else is that excitement, that not knowing who's going to be next. Is somebody going to return? Are we going to see a debut of somebody? AKA someone like AJ Styles making his debut in the Rumble. There's so many different things that come with that, and WWE just more and more is obsessed with trying to ruin that for us. Rey Mysterio comes out and says, yeah, I'm going to be in the Rumble. My son's a dickhead. Then Karrion Kross comes out and goes, yeah, your son is a dickhead, then beats him up and chokes him out. I get that Rey Mysterio is smaller, but do we have to keep putting him against the biggest guys on the roster? Yeah, he had a great match with Gunther, but that's fucking Gunther. Karrion Kross, limited. In my opinion, just not working right now, actually. I almost feel like he shouldn't talk at all, and Scarlett should do all the talking for him. Time for some women's stuff. Liv Morgan hilariously slaps Raquel backstage before we get Tegan Nox versus Xia Li in the women's match you didn't think you needed, and you certainly realised once you'd seen it that you didn't need it at all. Tegan Nox beats Xia Li in a woefully boring match. Gotta say, Tegan Nox, beautiful, love her, was part of the British scene. I personally was a huge fan of her, especially with her rivalries with Chris Brooks over here in British independent wrestling, but it's not working. That's just me being objective. It just doesn't work. Fans just don't care. She needs more of a bite. She needs more of an edge because she's never going to be on the same level as a Charlotte Flair or a Bianca Belair or a Becky Lynch. That's just not happening. That's fine. But yeah, I just did not give a shit. By the way, Xia Li, welcome to the Job Squad. A segment that had no business being as entertaining as it was Sheamus and Drew McIntyre trying to force Adam Pearce to give them a match against the Viking Raiders, who they're embroiled in this rivalry with, which is really exciting because Sheamus and Drew McIntyre feel like big stars, and by proxy, they're bringing the Viking Raiders up with them. I think this is really good storytelling, but I just thought it was fucking hilarious. They're backstage, they're chopping each other. It's very civilized, very British, very atypical of us. Hey, we don't have guns, so we just have to kick the shit out of each other. Sorry, America. But yeah, no, I love this segment. I thought it was really funny. And Adam Pearce's face in the middle where he's like, Hurr! It's just fucking good shit. There needs to be more of this. This is what Raw sadly needs. 3 hours takes forever to get to the pinnacle. And if they had stuff like this in between all the time, I'd still be laughing my ass off. This kind of reminds me of the good old days where Kurt Angle and Austin and Edge fucking around backstage. More stuff like this, please. Very funny, very entertaining. By the way, who doesn't love Drew and Sheamus as a combination? Utterly hysterical and brilliantly entertaining, and also legitimate horses. Bray Wyatt, for the 18th time in the last 3 months, cuts a promo and says some stuff which means literally nothing. To be fair, he got to the point here, but what makes it really funny when he has really short promos is the fact that his entrance must have taken about 10 minutes, and then he literally gets on the mic and goes, "You know who I am, man? I'm Bray Wyatt, man. Yeah, you're gonna find out who I am at Royal Rumble, LA Knight, yeah." And then he's done, and you're like, "Oh, cheers. Thanks, mate. Yeah, guess just same old shit. Uncle Howdy this, Bray Wyatt that, LA Knight this, see you at the Royal Rumble for a Mountain Dew pitch black match." Never, ever, ever gonna take a fucking match seriously when it's sponsored by a soft drink, guys. Come on. Do better. Liv Morgan faces Raquel Rodriguez and jobs out in 2 minutes, but it's okay because even though the fans shit all over it and Raquel Rodriguez is a face and Liv Morgan's one of your biggest faces, so it didn't make any sense for them to face each other in the first place, it's okay because Liv Morgan threw Raquel over the top rope during the match, which proves that she can eliminate the biggest woman in the Rumble, which is a really good point, which I'm sure you would have put on TV. Oh wait, no they didn't. They put it on WWE.com after the fact, which most people won't see unless they exclusively scour the internet for it. So you kind of missed your point really with the storytelling aspect. Also, crowd didn't like this. Booed. Raquel Rodriguez, lovely, big, smiley, gorgeous woman, not over in the slightest. Turn her heel, make her a destroyer. For the love of God, do something good with this woman because she is legitimately one of the best women's wrestlers you have. We saw what she could do on NXT, especially in a rivalry with Rhea Ripley, but nope. Just smiley Mexican woman. By the way, the Desperados knockoff theme music, I'm onto you, you fucking racist cunts.
Oh my God, don't drink the water!
I'm so gonna brush my teeth with tequila.
Mexico!
Apparently Sonya Deville is next in line for a title shot, which she's not. She wants a title shot, but she can't be asked to go in the Royal Rumble and get one, so she's just going to have a fight with Charlotte Flair backstage, who's looking redonkulous in a pink jumpsuit. Sure, why not? Whatever. I don't dislike Sonya Deville, she just doesn't feel like a big deal. There's so many other women running around on this roster where you think, well, that woman could probably be quite a good little legitimate #1 contender to the women's title, or maybe we could run it back with Ronda Rousey or someone like that. Another MMA-esque person. I don't know, maybe put her with Ronda and Shayna and bring back their own version of the 4 Horsewomen again or something, but I don't give a shit. Brawl was fun though, very entertaining. I like the fact that Charlotte was like, "I'm done, I've stopped," and then got jumped again from behind, and it was just funny. I kind of found it amusing more than I did exciting, which is not really the point. But whatever, it is what it is. And in your main event, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens remind us why they are 2 of the greatest to ever do this. Another fantastic match. I've literally lost count of how many times I've watched these guys wrestle. I'm pretty sure it's in the 3 figures now. It's crazy. They just are, they're going to fight forever. They literally are. I mean, even the BT Sport account was saying fight forever matches on deck. They're right. They are going to fight forever. I can imagine these 2 being 80 years old and still twatting each other with Zimmer frames like the Nazi and Herbert the Pervert in Family Guy. I can just see them doing that slow-mo fighting at WrestleMania till the end of time, and then in the afterlife as well, if that so be your choosing. But the match was great. It didn't have a definitive finish because even though earlier in the night Paul Heyman had said, "Yo, Sammy, you're on your own. There's no bloodline here tonight." The bloodline then, of course, minus Roman Reigns, arrived and beat the shit out of Kevin Owens halfway through the match. And for the first time, you saw Sami Zayn really kind of questioning whether this was a good idea or not. He looked genuinely like, "Yo, I kind of had this, guys." And then the more you see Kevin Owens getting decked, the more uncomfortable and upset he looks. And it just makes a great storytelling. It's the best storyline in all of professional wrestling. I'm sorry, there's nothing in AEW or Impact or anywhere else that's coming close to Bloodline with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And this is just a great extenuation of that. And it actually makes you think, interesting. And a great finish with, obviously, Solo Sikoa smashing through Kevin Owens in the announce table. This is the stuff that people want to see on their TV every week. And SmackDown has been really good. Last couple of weeks has been 2.5 million plus, which is really, really good viewing, especially in this day and age with people's fickle attention spans. But can they keep the momentum rolling with this one? I imagine it might have a bit of a drop-off. Simply because, other than the beginning and the main event, everything else just kind of felt like filler, stuff that we didn't really need to care about. There wasn't a really strong match in between. You got guys like Ricochet on deck, roll them out every week and have a banger. You know, Ricochet versus Ali or whoever it might be in the middle of the park. But a decent enough SmackDown, and the fact that it was 2 hours made it far more watchable than if it was Raw. If this had been Raw and it had been stretched over 3 hours, I probably would have fallen asleep or, you know, continued to masturbate myself into oblivion. Apparently, I don't really have much else to do these days. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed SmackDown, or hopefully you at least enjoyed my review of SmackDown if you couldn't be asked to watch it. If you want more content, then you need to subscribe to the Wrestle Blog. We've got loads of interviews coming, loads of watch-alongs coming. Promise you I'll be getting better soon. It's my birthday next Wednesday, so better be better by then. No, I'm not going to ask you to send me money or anything, but if anyone wants to tweet me and tell me how much they love me instead of sending me death threats every week, that'd be great. Yay. Anyway. I've been Aeron Nix. Have a great time, and yeah, I'll catch you very soon for more content from the Wrestle Blog. Hopefully, less death threats.